Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just trying. Just trying to get this done. So we're going to change the lighting so I can see. Yeah. All right. So just so you know, I try to announce my project times on Instagram, which is why I'm late today. And that's because I have been spending like all this time posting, drafting,
What's this? What's this?
All this other stuff. Apparently, also turning my sound off. Forgetting to plug my phone in. You know, everything. Just everything. So here we are. This is the second day this week that I have gotten on here. And yeah. Oh my god, let's see what happens. Trying to see how much. Okay, I think that'll go. That'll do it. Okay. Alright. Oh goodness. Stitch. Oh, gravy. So. I went through a bunch of project ideas. Last night, we worked on TS equals top secret. And that was not going to fly for today because I did not finish it. In the middle of filming last night, I remembered that I had to post a Patreon. I'll have to do that again today. It's one of my regular postings though, and it's going to be an audio. So it's not anything like super taxing to my brain. Yesterday I had actually already drafted the copy, so it was just making the video that I had to do. So that's good. And then I had like a crisis this morning. I realized that two of my special, what do you call it? Two of my special posts that I usually do, or that I started doing since August, the Sunday with Book Bay, that would be me, hadn't posted for December or January, and I realized that now. And I was like, oh shit, does that mean that February didn't post? Well, February did post, and I'm like really confused as to why those other ones didn't post. And I'm like, did I not just schedule them at all? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I have no idea. And so then I was like, well, so here's what's going to happen is the only solution to this is for you to fix it. Like, work on your schedule, look at it, like, see where you are, and address it. And I was like, oh yeah, no, that'll be easy. I'll just move stuff over. That's usually what I do. No, and fuck no. That's not what we're doing. So, here's what's funny, right? I don't know that y'all can see it, but I'm sitting here like staring at my hands, and I can see all the garage spice, and I'm just like, wow, your hands look terrible. I'm like, they do. I mean, like, my skin is just, it's covered in this lovely fine layer of soot and exhaust and motor oil and just grit that you see in a garage. The amount of scrubbing it takes to get it off of my skin is significant. So I am not trying to like abrade my skin every day when I get home. But like soap Just regular ash soap? No, does not. Like, you need something to cut through all of the stuff. So that's a thing. But yeah, so I was like, okay, you know what we'll do? What we will do? We'll go through our projects. So TS, top secret. I have 4 more rounds to finish. I should have finished them last night before I went to bed, but I was so frazzled trying to get the Patreon done. And then I think I remembered something else I had to do, and I was like, oh shit. And so that happened. And then all of a sudden, like, my energy plummeted. Like, I was like, okay. And then I remembered something else I had to do, like, before, like, the end of the calendar day, which I think I actually didn't get done. I posted it this morning. And it's not a big deal. Like, missing a deadline in that venue it's not that serious. But I absolutely didn't want to miss being here. And I didn't want to miss posting to Patreon because I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss any days in March. I was supposed to do something, like a few personal things that did not get done. Oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't put something away that I really need to put away. So what's going to happen is, I don't know. I guess we're gonna risk it. Yeah, so the DOG is upset because it's storming outside, which is fair. Apparently, she was aware it was going to storm way before I was because she was like being weird. I'm like, what are you being weird for? And then all of a sudden I heard this torrential rain. I was like, oh, that would be it right there. Okay. But, oh my gosh. So I looked through all of my projects, and because I didn't finish off the last 4 rounds for this segment, I did not take pictures this morning. Because I did not take pictures this morning, I'm not going to move on. And I know that 4 rounds is not going to take me an hour. And so I don't want to stream for less than an hour. I want to stream for like at least an hour. That's the goal. So then I was like, okay, well you've got your going out pants. Those need to be worked on. And I was like, yeah, but that takes a lot of brain power. There's a lot of thinking, and it's the end of the day, and I am tired, and I don't want to do shit. I'm like, yeah, well, okay, not a good candidate. And I was like, well, it may not be a good candidate. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing it. And I'm like, yeah. So I went and I unfolded them and I looked them over, and I realized that all of the front men's were done. There was only one really large men's to do, and it's like right at the knee, and it's like across the front of the pants, like from seam to seam. And I think I hadn't decided what I was going to do there, because I think the men's there is just going to be really boring, really simple. And I realized that I was like, oh wow, like I don't actually know what I'm going to do there. I'm like, well, okay. And then I turn them over, and I've got like 4 or 5 smaller holes near the top of the pants, like right above the pockets. And I was like, well, you could do those. And I'm like, yeah, but what would you do? Because some of the pieces are really close together. I was like, I have no idea. And then I was like, you know why you haven't been working on these pants? And I'm like, it's because you ran out of reinforcing fabric. And I'm like, it is because I ran out of reinforcing fabric. And I'm like, you know what? That's correct. And I'm like, okay, well, that would be why you have chosen not to do this. I'm like, all right, that makes a lot of sense. So now, right now, I get to count all those fucking stitches. That sounds like fun. This is boring. That's okay. Oh, goodness. Oh, let's see. I have a strange urge to watch Wonder Woman 19 or Wonder Woman 84 again. I was thinking about it earlier today. So Kristen Wiig was a surprisingly good bad guy. Mm. 70, 80, 90, 100. So we got 200 stitches so far. I don't know. Let's guess. Another 60 at least. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 20. 30. 40. Oh. 50. 60. 70. So 274 it looks like. Oh god, that's a lot. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what we got. So now, what's bad is I have to do that again in a minute. I'll be counting a lot less though. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, I was surprised at how good a bad guy Kristen Wiig made. And like the kind of bad guy or villain that her character was really fits. So she, it was really believable, and to a point, like, it also made her really relatable, which I thought honestly was great. Because, like, it's easy to just, hate someone. You're like, oh, this is the villain, right? This is the bad guy. We're not supposed to like this person. But it's so much better when there's a degree of complexity where, like, you want to hate them, but you can totally understand why they would do that, which is this really nebulous gray area. And I think it's a lot closer to reality, right? And look, sure. This is fiction, right? But I think there's something that gets added when there's like a grain of something, like there's a grain of truth in reality in fiction. I think it enriches it, honestly. So yeah, this is a lace row, and I gotta tell you, this is a great, like, that last row is a great time to have put a fucking lace line in. So yeah. Just because if I jack this up, it would be a nightmare to fix it. And like right before the lace started would have been the perfect time to do it. Now I'm gonna look dangerously, and also just trust that I'm not gonna screw it up. Theoretically, it's all fixable. You just have to take the time to do it. And yeah, if you're new to lace work and you're not sure, a lifeline is to save your ass. Like, taking out lace and trying to fix it, like, there's absolutely a way to do it. Like, there's an entire process for doing it. But if you are not confident in your ability to do that, like, don't stress yourself out. Even thinking about it as a possibility, It's not necessary. Now, I said all this stuff about wanting this to definitely be an hour, and I don't know that this is going to make an hour. I've only got 4 rows to do, and we're at the second, and we're just making 20 minutes now. Like, I have to count again, but I want to take a breather after this. Like, I want to stop. I would stop working on this project. So what's going to happen is, if I stop, like, really short of an hour, like significantly short, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to jump back on. Not necessarily immediately after, but maybe later, to work on Top Secret. And that's only if I can't make it to, like, an hour really, really close to. Mind you that I still have to count this row, excuse me. And that's going to be a lot. Anyway, I watched, what did I watch yesterday? Oh, I think I told you about this. I don't know. I watched Worst Roommates Ever, which was great little miniseries. I watched Freddy vs. Jason later. Finish that up right before bed. I was hella frazzled too. Okay, so I can't stand how cold I am. So we're gonna put this down for a minute, and we're gonna put on our cardigan. Oh yes, this is the right answer. Oh, this is the right answer. I gotta shave this thing. Instantly like comfortable now. So, by the way, like don't mind the fuzzies everywhere, right? I have to actually shave this. But I made this. I made this. I made this. I have another one. So if you, oh yeah, I didn't add the 2 links. I need to update the links. It's on my to-do list. My to-do list is holy shit long right now. I think after I do this and I do my Patreon, I'm going to spend the rest of the evening working on trying to get my to-do list like together. I've got post-its fucking everywhere, and I need to schedule out my time a little better. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about how I want things to look, and I've also been considering, oh wow, hey, you're not where you want to be right now. Yeah, that's true. You have a bunch of things that are super overdue, should have been done already. It's an extensive amount. It is like holy shit, wow. And you can use this time that you're single to, aka I don't have to worry about communicating with other fucking people, because I also don't do social events. I'm not ruining date night by working a little longer, right? I'm not distracted and like ignoring my partner. Like those things aren't happening. And they won't happen right now because it's not relevant. It's not a thing. And so this is the perfect opportunity for me to work on those things and get those things sorted. There's also like a lot that I just need to get done. And as soon as it's done, I will feel like a ton better because I'll be like, this is done. I don't have to think about this anymore. So anyway, the pants were out, right? Because I didn't have any reinforcement fabric. Also, I really feel like the bandwidth that I needed to work on a mend that like I would have to think about it and plan out and like pick fabric for and everything, that was going to be too much for me right now. Like my brain is hella tired, and asking me to do more is preposterous right now. It really is. So let's just not. Anyway, so then so we've got top secret which can't be done, right? And then we've got the going out pants, which wasn't a good idea. And then I have the severing the ash is what I'm calling it. It's got its own hashtag, by the way. So here's the thing with that. That requires so much concentration. Not a good thing to be doing while I'm doing something else. Like that is focused knitting is what that is. Like this, I have to pay attention to a reasonable amount, right? But if I work slowly like I'm doing right now, it's not an issue. All I have to do is remember like the row that I'm on and what I'm supposed to be doing for it. And then easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? The other option was this, right? And the final option was my pastel sunset socks. And of course, if you want to see like snapshots of all the stuff, you can go over and check out my Instagram, which is linked below, and you'll see it. The thing about the snapshot is that normally when I pick project time, like I know I have a project that needs my focus, like that needs my attention, and so that's gonna win, like every time. Right now, I'm kind of between things for several reasons, and so that's like a whole ass thing. Anyway, so I ended up finally getting, the the caption written out, and then I had to take pictures and then put everything up, And now here we are. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 30. 2, 4, 6, 8, 40. 2, 4, 6, 8, 50. 4, 6, 8, 60. 60. 6, 8, 70. 2, 4, 6, 80. 90. 100. 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. 30. 2, 4, 6. What was that? 40. So on 41, it looks like. Normally I would like double check these, but that's not happening right now. Like I'm tired, so I'm gonna do this much, and that's gonna have to be it. That's all she wrote, folks. So I might be able to make this to really close to an hour. Like if I can get it really close to an hour, I'll be satisfied with that. So two together. Anyway. So I did do a little shuttle tatting. I brought a shuttle with me to work and a thing of thread. And at the very end of the day, I pretty much done everything that I could do. I did a little shuttle tatting. And started another flower. Got like halfway through the flower, so it didn't take but so long, which is cool. I haven't been testing these flowers because they're not for sale. So as far as like how long they take, and they're not going to be for sale. And really, I'm just kind of using this like as a practice, like using that most heat to practice with. So here we go. Gosh. Oh, here comes the tired. I swear, I don't get too far into streaming and I'm just suddenly tired. Probably has something to do with the time that I'm here, like the time of day, right? Somewhere between 8 and 9, I usually lose steam and I'm just like overwhelmed by tired. The one thing that's kind of discounting that is the fact that like I have stuff to do and I have to maintain a schedule. So yeah, friend and I were talking about that yesterday. How my schedule is extremely regimented, and friend was like, "There's no way that I could do that. Like, I could not itemize my day down to the minute." And I'm like, "Well, it's not really down to the minute. Like, it's a block of time, and that's what this block of time is for. And either I do what I'm supposed to do during that block of time, or I don't. But once that block of time has passed, that was my opportunity to do it. I have other things to do, and otherwise, like." Things also take the time you give them. So, like, if you don't put a time limit on something, it'll take a lot longer than it probably actually needs to. Like, a deadline, a time limit, it's a focusing agent. So, there's something to be said for that. Obviously, be realistic with your deadlines. Don't set a deadline that's going to be impossible to meet and it's going to stress you out because that's just silly. But, it's like 100% fine to have a deadline. 100%. And it's probably a good idea. You can't just do things like things need to have an end. So, oh my gosh. Now, what's funny is I really don't feel like I've been doing a lot of, I don't know, anything. In reality, I've gotten a bunch of content planned. I did a bunch of drafting of posts like yesterday. Like drafting out the copy so that I can go ahead and record the videos. Like I have all these pictures and then I have videos to do. And then I'm trying to fill up my calendar through all of spring, the spring quarter, which starts this month, so that it's done. And then all I have to do is make the content. Like I don't have to figure out what content I need. Like I already know that question is answered, and then it's just a matter of executing it, which is a lot easier because you just do the thing, right? You do the thing. So what I do know is the way this is going, this should probably be an even number so that other one might be 140 or 142 instead of 141. Because this row shouldn't be any different because every time I'm knitting two together, right, disappearing a stitch, I'm adding another one right after that or right before it. So add, subtract, add, subtract. And because they're paired, I know that that means I didn't actually change the stitch count. So I'll kind of have a better idea. Like how it is. With this one works. Oh, gravy. Sorry. Like however many stitches we were at. It should probably be 270, not 274. Probably. Math is hard, by the way. I don't like to math. So that one goes like for every one I had already. 5. Four. So this would have been 135. 134. So 133. And then 1. So 33. 6. So that probably should have been 270, I think. That's probably supposed to be. I'm trying to do math. Ha 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 ha, that's silly. I better project where I should be. So if that's that, then at 1 be here, and then 133. 2. So it should be 136. Well, we'll find out when we do this, right? Because there shouldn't be any difference between this round, or this row, and the last one, like stitch count wise. Trying to fact check. Trying to fact check. So that should be 136. Should be 136 too. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. So I think it should have been 140. Okay, so this I counted 141 here though, so no. The stitch count might be like way off now, but this is where we're at. Alright, so probably what's gonna happen. Oh wow. Okay, so that tells me I should have 138, which means something is wrong. Okay, so now I know that math's wrong. And I did end at 135 with the last one, so I'm gonna have to do this math over again. And probably what I'm gonna end up doing is doing what I'm doing now, counting as I go. We just made it to 50. Okay. Supposedly. Oh, wow. So that's another 50. So this should be like, this should be 30. According to this should be 38. See if that's true though. It seems that that's right. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think we're going to be really close to. We'll be close enough to an hour for me to be satisfied with this. Don't mind me being quiet while I count. Okay, so there we go. That's that little bit. Like that little bit is like the start of lace. Now I'm going to be doing another one that's going to be more lace. But that's it for this one. As you can see, the lace gets basically progressively taller. So you see this one right here. And then the one before that actually was a lot longer, but it was shorter. Like, so. Yep. Anyway, I'm going to fix this math and make sure that it's right. But I appreciate you tuning in and joining me for project time. If you're watching this later, I hope you enjoyed my random ramblings while I was working on this. And make sure you check me out on Instagram and YouTube and Patreon, which is I'm going to put up there, and TikTok. Let's see what else I'm getting up to. Not all of those channels are for, business, but I try to have fun everywhere. So there we go. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and good night. And I'm gonna 1-2 Scooby Doo out of here because I have other things to do. Toodles.